Alright, so I was just, I don't know, casually chilling and modding on some Grim Dawn for the next patch for Season 5, or maybe even Season 6. And there is actually a Grim Misadventure out, which that's been quite a while. And yeah, we have had some spoilers like recently about like a potential patch 1.2. And yeah, this is gonna be hopefully elaborating more on that. So there is a post here by Xanta on the forums. Let's just bring the music to a decent level. And this should be fine. Okay, so 176. So the new thing, yeah, the new thing. ARPG community is a bit active of late, isn't it? Yeah, it sure is, with D4 being there. Let's say it like that, but D4 existing. Many new faces are joining us, and some old ones are coming back from retirement after also getting unbanned. We're happy to have you. Somehow it feels like Grim Dawn's best years are still ahead of it. Maybe, yeah, who knows. There are rumors of a version 1.2 coming. I mean, at this point I'm pretty sure we can be safe that it will actually come out at some point this year. Definitely 100%. Not only a rumor. I may should like actually close the window, otherwise trains are gonna be very loud for you guys. Alright, let's dive into this. It's all tantalizingly close, but we're not ready to go into full detail just yet. But let us dust off the old tome for a moment with a little misadventure to hold you over. I would assume there's gonna be a like beta branch for this patch coming out soon-ish, and then probably like the actual patch coming out later this year, maybe like at fall or like, I don't know. Definitely this year, I would assume though, like knowing how quick/slow Crate usually works. I mean, obviously they like just work on something until it's ready and don't push anything out too early because they have no publisher, so they're not like forced to, you know, meet any deadlines anyway. Grim Dawn version 1.2.0 is going to be entering the public playtest later this summer. Yeah, there we go. With an expected release in the late summer/early fall. Oh, okay, there it is. This update is, to put it mildly, a big one. We have gone through literally hundreds, if not thousands, of data entries to bring you quality of life improvements and breathe some fresh air into the game. Version 1.2.0 will deliver our promise to implement some of the outdated Grim Eternals utility. That was like a feedback thread, I think this is what it's linking for, or like two rather. Yeah, like Grim Eternals not being updated anymore means that some of the functionality of Grim Eternals was kind of like crucial, especially for modding, I feel like. And so yeah, they are actually implementing some of that into the game. Let's see what those are actually gonna be. Yo, Strategos, welcome on, thanks for the reset. Welcome back to the Bloomers. Also welcome guys, Eureka, Blender, Toma, Plasma, how you guys doing? Good to see you guys. So these are the features we're planning to implement. Option to disable day and night cycle. Okay, I mean that's not something I would need, to be honest. But for modding it's actually interesting to set the day-night cycle to, say for example, night, to better look at glow effects. Hopefully that's gonna be in there as well. Option to disable fog. That is actually huge for like setups that were struggling to run Grim Dawn. And with fog disabled, you can actually get way more FPS if you're having like a, yeah, like a low-end PC kinda. The fog disabling the fog actually does make a huge difference for performance on those setups. Option to display cooldown counters on the quick bar. Okay. That is pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, this was a Grim Eternals feature that, for example, in the leagues, we were considering to be kind of like an unfair advantage for the people that are using it compared to the ones that aren't using Grim Eternals, which is why like, so like one of the reasons actually why Grim Eternals was kind of like banned in the leagues, for example, because this was basically too strong, but now it's part of the base game, and I do actually like this feature in general. We just banned it in the leagues because, well, it was like an unfair advantage in a way, and not everybody, we didn't want like everybody to like force to play Grim Eternals. There were other reasons why it was actually banned though, but this was like one of the reasons why you could say it was banned. Auto pickup radius can now be increased. Now that's a funny one actually. I mean, why wouldn't you pick it to the max, right? Like put it to the max anyway. I mean, everybody's gonna like put it to the max, right? This is funny, like can now be increased. It's like some people want to have it smaller. Makes kind of no sense to me, but okay. I mean, I guess a slider is better than just increasing it generally. I don't really see the development time being worth it to have like a slider for the radius here compared to just like either leaving it as it is or like just slightly increasing it overall generally. But yeah, I mean, either way, pretty cool. New visual alerts for legendaries. Oh, that's cool. Monster frequencies, double rares, double rare monster frequencies. In addition, monster frequencies will be marked by an icon to separate them from standard rare items. Dude, this is actually huge. Like, we've been talking about this for literally, I feel like 5 years or even longer, right? Like, if you know the game, right, you know the difference between a monster frequent and a normal green item. But people that are new to the game, they have no idea that like these green items are suddenly so much better than the other green items, right? So being able to somehow differentiate them more easily is a great, like this is a great change for new players. I still think they could just like have a slightly different color like they have in Titan Quest. But I mean, this is still great. I mean, that's some like distinction for sure, very nice. New options for monster health bars, including thicker visuals and option to display percent values and active debuffs. That's also huge, actually. That's also huge. This is pretty good as well. I mean, maybe probably like a slider as well here, or like maybe like different tiers of like thickness for the bars. This is gonna be also like very nice, especially for people that are like playing on like huge screens, right? Like 4K or like QHD and so on, right? Because the UI was kind of scaling rather suboptimally into like 4K, I feel like. Pretty good, pretty good. Active debuff or enemy visuals, that sounds helpful. For example, see when Pox expires on a boss. Yeah, stuff like that. I would assume like Curse of Reality, having like a debuff icon above them, or like you can toggle it at least. Kind of like you can with Grim Eternals. In addition, we plan on improving certain boss runs in the future. Okay, so what I'm still missing here though is like, please add like the console log, right? Or lure functions, like please, great. Might have to like PM Zentabos again, like if they can like somehow make the basically like the bug fixing easier for us modders, it would be huge. Otherwise, it's gonna be kind of a pain sometimes to figure out why certain scripts aren't working. Anyway. In addition, we plan on improving certain boss runs in the future, though not with 1.2. Okay. This will come in a form of better shortcuts, but also making the boss runs themselves more lucrative and enjoyable. Teleporting directly to a boss room is basically a cheat, and while some players are content with cheating in this manner, we think it's better to make things more fun in general. Okay, so maybe they are actually working on an idea that is similar to the dungeon shortcuts that we have done this season as well, right? Like after defeating, or like rather after like getting to a certain milestone in the end game, right? We had certain teleporters that you like basically one like waypoint, and around that waypoint we had like teleporters set up that would pretty much put you directly into the first level of the Skeleton Key dungeons, but like in the level that's still like outside of the gate. So I'm kind of curious like what their solution is to this. This sounds like something similar to that. But yeah, we'll see what they feel like is also kind of like lore appropriate, like official We'll see, we'll see. They should just add Hunter's Blind to vanilla. Yeah, maybe. I mean, they know Hunter's Blind exists actually. They know. They know we've created like this hub where like everything is there and you have like shortcuts and so on. They are aware, and they are aware it is, at least in the leagues, a very like a popular spot to be on. They are actually aware of that. One such change we're planning to make is with drop rates. Getting a good monster frequent roll is already a lot of RNG. There is no need to also have your boss attempts cheat you out of a chance of getting that roll in the first place. As such, all bosses will have a 100% chance to drop their non-legendary monster frequents. Okay, that's kind of huge. What the fuck? That's like kind of crazy in a way. I wonder like which bosses this refers to, because I feel like right now different bosses had like different drop chances, right? And usually the way from the waypoint to that boss kind of like determined the drop chances. So like the longer the walk from the waypoint to the boss, and also the harder the boss was, the higher the drop chance usually was. So like for easier bosses or like shorter runs, it was lower. It was kind of like balanced in that way. So I'm not even sure if this is... Honestly, this is a change where I'm not even sure if it's a good change or not. Like I'm not sure this is good. I mean, if you read it the first time, you're like, oh my god, Pog login, right? But like the balance they had before though, I'm not sure if this is necessary. I mean, if he's talking about like bosses like, I don't know, Alchemos and so on, I mean, that's obviously... They should obviously have 100%, but they already had 100%, right? Like Alchemos, for example, always dropped like his green items whenever he wasn't wearing like the legendary, right? So I feel like this was already like well balanced. I don't know, but okay. I mean, we'll see. Game's getting easier yet again, I guess. Which brings us to the other half of this update. In addition to the usual round of balancing and bug fixes, we're planning more. Here's but a taste. You will be able to play the entirety of the game up to the level cap on the difficulty that's enjoyable to you. They are doing it. They are doing what they should have kind of done for Forgotten Gods already. They're making the game a one playthrough. Interesting. To support this, level scaling will be updated to normal and elite on normal and elite difficulty. Many areas in normal will scale up to 100. Elite difficulty will scale up to 100 in all areas. You know what's funny? I don't know if I should really like talk about this, but us developers from the Grim Dawn leaks, we had actually like a Discord call, like a talk with Zantai, and that was like shortly after the D4 release. And I mean, we were like mostly talking about the league and like our features and stuff, right? What we did, like basically exchanged ideas. And Zanta was playing a lot of D4, Diablo 4 at that point. And obviously there's tons of things wrong with the game, but some things are not necessarily that terrible. And I know like everybody and their mom is hating on the scaling in D4, which is understandable when you're coming from like a genre that's usually like more like a linear playthrough and you have like certain levels that you progress through. But Diablo 4 is open world, right? And Grim Dawn is, at least since Forgotten Gods, also kind of open world, and was also initially intended to be a bit more open world than it is right now, also in the earlier acts. So like having scaling, I don't know, like I don't see like open world working without scaling, and they're basically like doubling down on their scaling that already exists. I guess he might be also like taking some influence from Diablo 4 here in a way, or like feeling more encouraged to do this because Diablo 4 is doing this as well. Yeah, I mean, the people out there that don't like scaling are probably gonna hate this change. I don't think it's a bad, like if you do this correctly, I think it's fine. Illuminator will be big mad. Maybe, I don't know. I feel like the way we did it in the league, for example, right, where like Norman Elite scaled to up to like around, what was it, like 80 or 90? Something like that. And then Ultimates get like all the way, just like in the base game. So you can still like kinda out-level, in quotation marks, content if you feel like it's too hard for you on Norman and Elite, but you can't in Ultimate. We didn't want to go like full scaling in Norman Elite either, because we didn't want like the people that really want to out-level stuff to feel like they're being cheated. But I guess Crate is just like, nah, fuck it, we're just gonna make it all scale, which I'm personally kind of fine with, but I feel like they're possibly gonna piss off some people with this, but we'll see. Loot quality and experience gains will remain higher and higher difficulties as before, but if playing up to level 100 and a more relaxed difficulties for you, then we feel like there is no reason to stop you. Have fun. Okay. So they're actually just making... yeah, I don't know. I feel like everybody at some point should be incentivized to play an Ultimate. Like, what does this really do? It just... I mean, okay, like, it does cater to, like, the Facebook dad gamers that just want to play, like, on normal all the way to 100. And they can do that more easily now than before. But I don't know, man. It's for Medea, she only plays normal. I mean, that's a lie. She plays lazy builds, okay, but she doesn't only play normal. She plays the laziest builds ever there. Anyway, let's move on. Toggle buff effects will be automatically toggled on and no longer needed to be on the skill bar. Wait, what? They actually have the tech for this? Holy, that's like... That's so big. Holy. Toggled skills with energy costs will have those costs removed. Wait, what? Okay. How will that work with those spells? Yeah. I think this patch is gonna be interesting. Anyone that has 2 exclusive skills learned on their character for some reason will want to pick one though, or the game will choose for you. Okay. So like basically you cannot even toggle on or off anymore. Holy, how are you gonna do... Wait. You know what this means? I'm gonna say one thing. Maggots. Maggots. Have fun with maggots, guys. Oh my god. Have fun with maggots. To top it off, you will be able to disable visuals for toggled buffs in the game options to improve visual clarity on your character to show off all that gear. Wait, what? That's also insane, actually. You will be able to disable visuals for all your toggled buffs in the game options to improve visual clarity on your character to show off all that gear. Like, okay, these 2 points are tech-wise huge, and I didn't even think that it's like possible in this old engine. But this just proves that Crate does know how to like work on their engine at least a little bit. So that's great. But yeah, maggots are gonna be interesting. The notification mechanic, formerly known as Arcane Heroes, will be overhauled. It will purge all temporary buffs and disable toggled buffs for 2 seconds. Okay. So it's still gonna like remove all your pots, right? You still have to reapply all your pots, and it disables all like your toggles for 2 seconds, which is I think probably a fair duration. I mean, usually like pressing change hotbar and pressing through all the skills, rebuffing yourself, right, took on average for like a bit more than 2 seconds. So like, yeah. I mean, maybe not. I mean, yeah, I think it's a fair number though. Like, definitely a fair number. Very, very, very fair number. All maggot runs will not go like this. What is this? Oh, sorry for the flashbang. Punished for stalling.
Stand there. Mirror first. It's only 3 seconds. And then totem. And then run. Do I even... Oh, you're kidding.
That's a classic. Yep. They're just gonna... If you have a damaging aura now that you cannot turn off anymore, then they're just gonna like aggro you right away, right? Wait, did my fucking German internet just die? Fucking god, dude. Should be back now, hopefully. Maggot strike again. Yeah, they one-tapped my stream as well. Wonka fucking ass, dude. Dude, fucking German internet playing. Like, I downloaded the clip, right? And my internet crashed. What is this? Oh well, I need to like change provider at some point, or like just upgrade, I don't know. Or like maybe get a new router. It's here. For the modders out there, the console will log Lua errors and custom games. Wait, why did they not like put it up here? I mean, okay. That's insane. I mean, that's all I need, right? That's great. I'm happy now, never mind. I don't have to PM him anymore. Perfect. We're also looking into enable certain debuff commands for you, such as the debug cursor for the gating game coordinates. Okay, so just like adding even more stuff here. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Pog you. Deutsche Infrastruktur, Omega Lach. Yeah, exactly. Lachend raus laut, yeah. Pets will default to an aggressive stance rather than a normal stance. I mean, I think that's also reasonable. There's like on average you want your pets to be on aggressive. There's like some situations where you want, if you're playing like a skeleton build. Oh, wait. Does this mean... Oh, this is a buff to skeletons, right? Because by default, skeletons were on like the normal default mode, just like all the other pets. But you couldn't change the aggro behavior on skeletons, right? But you could on all the others, but not on skeletons. You modded aggressive skeletons for people a few times? Yeah. I mean, now they're like default aggressive as well. This is mostly a huge buff to skeletons, actually. That's very nice. I like it. I mean, I assume you still cannot change the setting for the skeletons. They will always be aggressive now, but it's probably fine. You mostly need to put... Like in the past, you needed to either put all your other pets on like normal as well if you were playing a skeleton build with other pets at the same time. Otherwise, like sometimes your skeletons would like just group around you while the other pets were like somewhere off in the distance and like killing mobs on their own. But now you don't have to do that anymore, right? Because you have skeletons on aggressive as well. So the main reason why you want to do this now is probably if you like play like a one-pointed Raven and you don't want it to die that much when you want to like play the Raven on defensive mode, right? What are those news? I mean, they are the next big thing. They are actually a big thing. You will be able to select your desired main menu theme in the game options. Login, more, even more, eh? Even more. Alright, they're hiding still some more functionality. As for what is beyond 1.2.0, no, I'm not saying there might be something more in the future, but maybe I'm saying there is something more in the future. Working on some more snow variety. What is this? Act 8? From the League? Dude, they looked at like Diablo 4 and like how you leave footprints in Diablo 4, right? And how you can like make certain figures in the snow in Diablo 4. And now you can do in Grim Dawn too, maybe. Oh. They are yoinking our effort. Yeah, I need to like talk to Xanta again and like, I don't know, maybe like just get tired or something. We'll see. Like knowing what's coming up for next Grim Dawn. Up next for Grim Dawn, stay tuned for the next Misadventure. Alright, that's it already. I mean, already in quotation marks, right? Okay, okay, how can I get hired? Please. I mean, this looks amazing. It's actually a bit shorter than I expected the post to be, but I mean, he's hiding something in the MOAR here, and the functionality is pretty huge, honestly. The functionality is pretty huge. Like, the notification change is nice, the toggle buff change is nice. I mean, this means we're getting some kind of new areas as well at some point. Probably not with 1.2, but like with a 1.3 maybe. Auto pickup greens. I personally don't think auto pickup greens is needed, but... And it doesn't seem like they're implementing that, to be honest. However, I would also like them to maybe like reduce cell values a little bit and like buff global iron bit drops instead a bit, to be honest, so that you don't have to like pick up all the trash greens that much. It is needed. I disagree, but yeah. I know there's like two camps. Like, I know you're not alone with your opinion, and I'm not alone with my opinion. I like both opinions are obviously fine, but yeah. I feel like, I mean, you're like auto picking up all the greens to like just mass sell them, right? I feel like what would be probably nicer though is just like mass selling stuff, right? Like selling all greens, selling all blues, like in Diablo 3, right? You can just like sell all the stuff. You just cheated and duplicated iron bars. Fuck farming iron bits. No DPS meter though. Oh yeah. DPS meter. DPS meter would be nice to have, not gonna lie. Yeah, sell all would be nice. Either way, yeah, I mean, this is like only 1.2, right? Only in quotation marks. But there's gonna be more after 1.2, as you can see here, and yeah, there's definitely gonna be more than just this. I can tell you that, I have a feeling. I mean, this is just huge, like, what can I say? Huge news, huge news. The hugest news. I mean, yeah, like, killing the dummy is... Wait, did they talk about, like, Ravager and, like, other Celestials potentially getting buffed? He didn't talk about that here, right? But I think that's also, like, gonna happen, I guess, at some point. Maybe even more bosses, right? Maybe even more bosses. Who knows?